family, you tapped into the DOA TBM. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content and updates. Shit!
Jamaican men love punani. They love it so much they can't stop singing about it. Now, while most of the non-English words in the Jamaican vocabulary are of West African origin, it will surprise you to note that punani comes from the Kama Sutra.
So guys, she is back. Welcome back to those who are familiar with the channel and those who are new. Welcome also. So what we do over here at the DOA TBM, we discuss socio-political topics and also hot topics and pop culture, things that affect the community, namely us as black people. So here we see this Asian lady back once again. I believe this is the same lady who was flexing the passports, who we did a report on previously, and now she's back once again, feeling it's her position to enlighten people on Jamaican culture. So on this one, we see her speaking on the word punani and where it derived from. So quite interesting. I think she starts off with a stereotype saying Jamaican men love it, and she wants to break down where it came from. So we're going to check it out in its entirety, and then we're going to get back with some commentary. We do want to say that we do these videos to spark conversation, learning, and discourse, not to race bait, as some might say. So we don't want anybody, attacking this woman or anything like that. So let's check this out.
Jamaican men love punani. They love it so much they can't stop singing about it. Now, while most of the non-English words in the Jamaican vocabulary are of West African origin, it will surprise you to note that punani comes from the Kama Sutra. It's Indian. Yes, people. You see, Indian laborers were used to build roads in the Caribbean in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and a lot of Indian slang made its way into the Jamaican vocabulary. Dancehall music is filled with songs glorifying the punani and ganja. Yes, people, ganja, another word of Indian origin. Don't we tell you so the Jamaican culture mix up? Come on, people. We are not purely one thing or two things. So if the Irish video still a hot your head, grab 2 Panadol and hold on. I am just getting started.
So here we hear from this lady once again. Now, you know me, I keep it real. I'm going to go on record and say I'm definitely not a fan of her tone and the way that she approaches some of these topics. Now, I feel as though, she has a snarky attitude, comes off quite condescending. And the thing with me, it's like, why does she feel that this is her purpose to tell these types of stories? Why does she feel, I guess she has to be the one to say what she's saying? Now, this isn't me coming at her personally, because I don't know her and I don't know what's commenced some of these things, but she definitely take that attitude. And as you can see from her social media, she's got quite a few videos on. It says there's one here says the Jamaican accent is not an African dialect. So she got all this stuff where, she's trying to take claim and ownership on, I guess, Jamaican history and culture, including this video. So before I go in, let's see what Shaka Bars had to say. A lot of people will be familiar with Shaka Bars off social media. I believe he's a mixed guy from the UK living in Africa, and he does a lot of stuff on the diaspora. And he says Jamaicans are mainly West African. The flag comes from Ghana, but there are heavy influences from India and obviously the UK, because they colonized us. Out of many one people, kinda, but not really, as it's mainly dark-skinned black peoples who do all the suffering in Jamaica. If we were one people, then you would acknowledge the structural violence is drawn across class color lines. Many of the Chinese, Indian, Japanese, and European migrants to Jamaica are living their best life, never go downtown, and don't know anything about the structural racism. And he also says colorism and class-based violence that the downtown people face go down Painland, Tivoli, Frenchtown, Denhamtown, Cockburn Pen, etc. and speak to some people, and they tagged her in it and says, great video though. So definitely shouts out to Shaka Bars. You know, you can check him out on social media. So there we see some more of her social media, including another post where she says, misinformation is dangerous. Who told this? That the Maroons were there before white people colonized the island. And that's in response to somebody saying to her that she totally ignores the fact that black Maroons were in the islands of the Caribbean before white colonization. And, you know, you see her attitude. She's calling it out, calling people effing idiots. One of the comments says, I recently started following your page and enjoy the information you share. I believe your goal is to enlighten persons on historical facts. If I'm correct, then maybe try meeting misinformation with a less belittling attitude. Persons may be more open to receiving the lesson as opposed to it being lost in the delivery, which is a great point. And, you know, we have other people that say, just calling her out and saying that she doesn't seem to want to take any information from Afrocentric scholars and stuff like that. It just seems very biased and one-sided. So I feel she, you know, got an agenda. She come off like she got an agenda. You know, we talk about race and, you know, civilization, you know, all sorts of stuff. And, you know, then we go get into etymology and all this stuff. And it's like, there's so many different tangents you can go down. But the fact that I think she takes this position, putting out these types of videos and stuff. Some may say she's just being herself. She's just putting things out, but she's putting things out talking about accents, refers to pronunciation, dialect refers to a whole group of language features. So she uses a usage, I guess, of the English language and certain things to make herself seem smart. And it kind of always reminds me like Paul Mooney, because Paul Mooney used to say it quite a lot. He said, we're at a disadvantage anyway when we're not speaking our original language. And she seems like one of those people that kind of likes to play on a bit of the intelligence and information that she has and putting herself over greater than she actually is. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think she's reaching? Do you think people are overreacting? Do you think I'm overreacting with this video? I know I did ramble and go on a tangent a bit, but I just feel as though, you know, what she's trying to prove, it'd be better if she did this on the Oriental community. And why is it that these people are always so quick to be throwing out these videos, in a sense, trying to highlight or take shots at black people or take away from the little stuff that black people have in this world? I'm not saying we don't have a lot, but, you know, you guys know what I mean. So, you know, with stuff like this, you know, it's definitely an interesting one. So she went to the lengths to try and break down something like that and say, you know, Jamaican men love PUNANI and all this. You know, give me a break. Give me a break. Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on outtheronline.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.